This is KGW News at Sunrise.
This morning on Sunrise, it's something you couldn't imagine anyone doing, but it not only happened, it was caught on camera. You see a woman in this video as she's about to push a 3-year-old onto the Max tracks. That girl is okay, but we'll let you know about the minor injuries she suffered and the charges that woman faces as we take a look at the full video in just a minute. Plus,
we have seen yet again another tragic year of fatalities and serious injuries on our streets.
this year is about to come to a close, and when the new year arrives on Sunday, Oregon will have a new law on the books that gives its cities and counties the authority to set their own speed limits. We'll explain how this could help make Oregon roads safer. And we're also looking back this morning at the achievements in space exploration during the past year. From Artemis to SpaceX, some giant leaps for mankind were made in space over the course of 2022. That story is coming up in about 15 minutes.
Some spectacular pictures to show as well.
Always great pictures when we talk about space. So another headline this morning, a lot of people took the day off. No Brenda, no Christine, no Rod Hill, but we got this guy, Chris McGinnis.
We're carrying the station on our backs this morning.
At least the weather angle.
Along with all the producers that are behind the scenes helping us put this wonderful newscast together for you. And I have this forecast for you. Let's go ahead and give you the live look from our Rose City sky camera. It's dark, it's early, the sun up this morning at about 7:50 or so. It's 50, last check at PDX, south-southwest breeze at 11. We had some sprinkles and rain showers overnight. They are diminishing for now, but I did want to point out this, that while we probably get a little break in the action in the rain this morning, there's still another slug of moisture out over the East Pacific. That's going to come steaming eastward during the day today, so I expect the showers to be on the uptick, if not by lunchtime, certainly later this afternoon. So maybe a sprinkler or two this morning and then steadier rain to close out the day. Our temperatures obviously not going very far, hovering in the mid to upper 40s, maybe near 50 for our Friday. Your weekend forecast and a forecast for the new year coming up in just a few minutes, Drew.
All right, Chris, thank you for that. We do want to get to our top story right now. A 3-year-old girl is shoved off a Max platform and onto the train tracks below in a completely random attack that was caught on surveillance video. We are told that the girl is okay, and the woman that you're about to see in this video now faces criminal charges. We do want to warn you, though, the video might be difficult for some people to watch. Here's KGW's Daisy Caballero with the story.
A 3-year-old near the platform's edge. The video clip runs just a few seconds. We'll unpause it here and play it in slow motion so you can see what happens next. Someone, apparently a stranger in a red cap, gets up from a bench and then shoves the child onto the Max train tracks. It's difficult to watch. The girl's mother is left in shock on the platform. We want to let you know her daughter was quickly pulled up to safety. The district attorney's office calls the attack at the Gateway Transit Center Wednesday night unprovoked. They identified the suspect as 32-year-old Brianna Lace Workman. She's been arrested and charged with assault, attempted assault, and reckless endangerment, among other charges. And according to court documents, the child's mother, quote, reported that neither she nor the 3-year-old had any interaction with the suspect prior to the attack, end quote. And a witness observed Workman shove the young girl onto the Max train tracks without provocation. Remarkably, it appears the girl suffered only minor injuries, a headache, and a mark on her forehead. Documents also state after shoving the child, the suspect sat back down on the bench. The DA is requesting she be held without bail. Daisy Caballero, KGW News.
We did do a search of Oregon court records and found a woman with the same name as the suspect in this story with a long history of felony convictions, including drug possession, assault, and unlawful use of a weapon. Her most recent conviction happened just last year. She's due back in court on January 9th to face charges for yesterday's attack. Here's a few other local headlines we're following this morning. Police are searching for the person who shot a man in Gresham. Investigators say they found one man shot just after 6 last night behind a building on North Main Avenue near First Street and Powell Boulevard. That man suffered serious injuries and was taken to the hospital. Police described the suspect as a white man in his 20s wearing a dark jacket, possibly driving a dark blue or black small sedan. Anyone with information about this is asked to contact Gresham Police. The nonprofit Blanchet House had to reinforce the glass on one of its doors after a guest shattered it with a brick yesterday. Organizers say problems like this are all too common anymore in Portland's Old Town neighborhood. Blanchet House says it believes bad weather, homeless camp sweeps, and mental illness all play a part in the rise of these types of incidents. And final headline here, TriMet once again offering free rides on New Year's Eve. It's an effort to keep people from driving under the influence tomorrow night. All MAX trains will ride on Saturday schedules, with some lines extending late night service until at least 2 a.m. Buses will run on regular Saturday schedules. So to plan your way home before you ring in the new year, go to trimet.org/planner. And that's a look at some of this morning's local headlines. Again, tomorrow night at midnight, we will say goodbye to 2022 and welcome in 2023. In many states, the new year brings with it some new laws. So one of the new laws coming to Oregon in 2023 will give cities and certain counties the power to decide speed limits. KGW's Mike Benner explains how that change could make streets safer.
Since the start of 2022, more than 65 people have been killed on Portland streets. That's the most in decades. And even more people have been injured in crashes. Hannah Schaefer of the Portland Bureau of Transportation.
We have seen yet again another tragic year of fatalities and serious injuries on our streets.
One would argue that lowering speed limits might very well save lives and make streets safer. But here's the thing, changing speed limits is no easy task. As of right now, that authority lies with the Oregon Department of Transportation and a handful of traffic engineers.
We have 5 people for the entire state, which, as you can imagine, creates a bit of a backlog when it comes to requests from cities and other local jurisdictions about speed limit changes.
The process Matt Noble of ODOT is describing is about to get a whole lot easier thanks to a new state law.
It's going to, provide local governments with the authority to set their own speed limits, which should very much speed up the process, make it more effective because they know their local roads best.
Beginning January 1st, Oregon's 241 cities, as well as Multnomah and Clackamas counties, can begin applying for the authority to designate speed limits in their respective jurisdictions.
Having local authority over speeds is really, really crucial when we're trying to lower speeds and create safer conditions around the city.
Schaefer says PBOT has yet to identify specific streets or even high crash corridors in need of immediate speed limit changes.
We are really, though, excited about this opportunity and doing the necessary paperwork to get that full authority from the state.
And perhaps there's no better time for this than now, as a record number of people are either dying or getting injured in crashes on Portland streets.
Speed continues to be one of the key factors in those fatalities and serious injuries.
It's worth mentioning ODOT is not completely washing its hands of speed limit oversight. While Oregon cities, as well as Multnomah and Clackamas counties, will now be able to handle speed limits in their jurisdictions, ODOT will continue to manage speed limits on state roads. I'm Mike Benner for KGW News.
So with the new year arriving on Sunday, that comes with New Year's resolutions. We're asking this morning a very simple question. Do you have any New Year's resolutions for 2023? Our producer, Cassie Taylor, just asked me, do you have one? I said no. And apparently I'm not alone. 80% of you so far say nope, no resolutions.
We're high achievers.
Well, we just opened up the poll, so we're going to keep it open throughout the show this morning. You can find it pinned at the top of the KGW Sunrise Twitter page. I guess, Chris, it's now your turn. Yes or no on a resolution?
How
How does that stump you? Well, do you have one or don't you?
I like Brittany Falkers did a package
Yes.
about how best to make that happen, right? And I think the takeaway was, the best time to make a change, if it's for betterment, is now. Start today, right? So New Year's is like the thing that everybody focuses on, but
Wait a minute. I should probably walk away from this, but I'm going to ask again. Do you have a specific resolution?
Yeah. Oh, specific? No. It's just self-betterment.
Okay, Chris is with the 80% of the viewers this morning.
Okay.
Now we get to the weather.
We're high achievers here. Hey, it's been a high-achieving December in terms of rainfall. We are knocking on the door of 7 inches of rain so far this month, and we're going to get there because we're just shy of that. And between today and tomorrow, Portland probably picks up another 1/3 to 1/2 inch. So a wet December, and then we will welcome January on Sunday with a dry day. one dry day in my 7-day forecast, and then after that, the rain train continues. All right, this morning, we have a scattering of showers here across the region. Very, very light stuff for the most part. Big perspective, though, does show another plume of moisture here out over the East Pacific, and that arrives sometime later this afternoon. Futurecast shows that here at noontime. Rain probably on the uptick, if not in the immediate metro areas, certainly at the coast, certainly in the Coast Range, certainly in the southern Willamette Valley, and that'll pivot northward through the days. So expect a wetter finish to our Friday than how the day began. And then tomorrow, on and off showers, but also some dry time. And as I mentioned, Sunday looks like a mostly dry day to kick off the year 2023. All right, downtown Portland is dry right now. It's 50 degrees at PDX. We're in the 50s in Hillsborough. It's 48 Tigard, Sherwood 49. Big perspective, or let's try that again. Shifting south for the perspective in the central Willamette Valley. We're at 50 in Kaiser, 51 Canby, and Amsoil checking with 50 as well. The plan for today, the temperature is obviously not going very far. Futurecast has Longview at 50 late this afternoon. This is Futurecast at 3 p.m., 48 in Salem, 48 in Portland. So again, not going very far in the temperature department. Rain likely on the uptick this afternoon, 49, 50 degrees or so. A few showers tomorrow. A dry and foggy day, I think, to start New Year's Day Sunday. And then next week, much of next week, Monday through at least Thursday, looks pretty wet.
It is the beginning of the new beginning, and that is to explore the heavens.
The beginning of the new beginning. 2022 set the stage for the future of space exploration. So coming up here in just a minute, we're going to take a look back at some of the biggest advances in space this year.